Hi everyone! So today's video is going to be a lot different from the videos that you normally see on this channel. It's going to be a lot more personal and a lot more serious. So today is July 14th, 2016, and it's been 5 weeks since I was diagnosed with a rare autoimmune disease. This disease is known as neuromyelitis optica, and it's a disease that is a demyelinating process in the spinal cord and the optic nerve, so your eyes. The good news is that I have an answer. It took a lot of work to find it, but we finally have found the answer we've been trying to find, because I was a medical mystery for a good month. I was in the hospital for 19 days. I had to see over 10 doctors and probably twice that of residents. I had to have multiple tests, including several MRIs, blood work, a lumbar puncture, and some help from the Mayo Clinic. And eventually we found out that NMO is what I have. The bad news, well, that's kind of complicated. Unfortunately, NMO doesn't have a cure, so I will have this for the rest of my life unless they find a cure for this disease. This is a relapsing remitting disease, so relapses could occur at any given time. You just have to make sure you're taking medications to try to help prevent relapses, and just do whatever you can to make sure your body is as healthy as possible. When I was first diagnosed, it came as quite a shock, because normally the number one symptom that occurs is vision problems. So normally people start to go blind, or they start having very blurry vision in one eye or both eyes, and they can't really see. So what's weird about my diagnosis is that I was diagnosed from having leg issues, but I have no vision problems whatsoever. I have 20/20 vision. Nothing currently is going on with my eyes, and I'm very, very lucky. My neurologist, who actually deals with 19 other patients with NMO, he told me that there's probably an 85 to 90% chance if you have NMO that you're going to have vision problems, or that is a symptom that you get. So I am just extremely lucky to not have vision problems. I cannot express how grateful I am that I can't even imagine not being able to see clearly anymore, or not being able to see at all in one or both eyes. I just feel very lucky. The problem that I did face, unfortunately, was the spinal issues. Now, what sent me to the hospital, I'm not going to get into a bunch of detail on that, but one of the big things, I was in the hospital for 8 days, and then they couldn't figure out what was going on. They did a bunch of tests and they sent me home. I was home for 2 days. 2 days. And so during that time, in one day, in a matter of hours, I developed an aching feeling in my legs, which then turned into a tingling feeling in my legs, which then turned to pins and needles in all over my legs, to the point where when I walked, I could not feel my legs. I could walk and I could function and move, and I didn't have any issues with my strength, but I could not feel my legs. Like I said, it was one of the scariest moments in my life. I can't even express how scared I was. Just so scared. I didn't know what was going on. And then once I read up on NMO, one of the things that could occur could be paralysis, blindness, and having problems with feeling in your arms and legs. So that was definitely a very, like I said, scary moment to have had. And I'm so glad that it's no longer like that. I'm still having issues with my arms a little bit at this point, like tingling every so often and this vibrating feeling in my back that happens every so often on and off. But for the time being, I can walk and I have feeling, and I'm just so glad that I still have this. So there are people that I would like to thank in this video. I feel it's very important to address them because without them, I don't know where I would be right now. Emotionally, I don't know where I would be. They're the ones that have kept me up, kept me positive, kept me going, and they need to be addressed. First off, I would like to thank my sisters and my mom and my dad. Thank you guys for being able to cope and help me cope with everything that's been going on. I know it's been hard, but you guys have done such an amazing job taking care of me and just being by my side no matter what. I love you guys so much. Next, I would like to thank the nurses that were on the floor when I had all of my treatments going on. I had plasmapheresis done 5 times, and this is the machine that they used if you were interested. I just thought I would point that out. It's a very cool thing, but it took a lot of work and they were constantly checking up on me, so thank you to the nurses. I would also like to thank anyone that came to visit me in the hospital, Jim and Ann, Mrs. Robertson, and Sydney and Natalie. Thank you guys so much. I'm so blessed to have you guys as my friends. If you're watching this, I love you guys. Anyone who sent cards, flowers, cookies, I've gotten those, and phone calls, I can't express how good that felt to have people showing that they cared, and you didn't have to do that. So you went and took the time out of your day to send something. Thank you. I would also like to thank Bob from Pastoral Care and Karen, who gave us some aromatherapy stuff and just made me feel so much better, calmer, and more relaxed. If you guys are, one of you is ever in the hospital, Pastoral Care is definitely something that I would recommend. It made me feel a lot better. And Bob, if you're ever watching this, which I doubt you are, but if you ever were, you were an awesome guy, and I'm very glad that you came and visited me multiple times to help keep me relaxed and let me rant and talk. And Karen, thank you for all of the wonderful lavender smelling things and just all the positivity that you bring. That really helped me. So to conclude this video, I don't want NMO to define who I am as a person. I don't want people feeling sorry for me. I don't want people to pity me. I want you to treat me normally, I guess in the most normal way you can. I still want to be known for my art, doing makeup. I still am aspiring to be a makeup artist. I don't want NMO to take away any of those opportunities that I wanted to have before, because it shouldn't. I'm still a strong person, and I want to just get myself out there and do as much as I can until I'm not able to do it anymore. So if you have any questions about this disease, or if you would like to add anything, or if you were recently diagnosed or have been diagnosed with NMO, feel free to leave a comment below and I will reply. Thank you guys for watching. I know this is kind of a hard video for my family members watching, for my friends watching. It's hard for me too. So we're all going to get through this, and I'm going to stay strong. Thank you guys, and have an amazing day. Bye.